We're now live.
Wait, so they didn't hear that last part?
No, hopefully not.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Oh my god.
With Fred Orbison.
Alright, so not sure if anybody's actually in the stream right now, but we do have a few topics today. Let me just go ahead and introduce the guests for this week. Just to start out with us, we have Froggy, Paco Slim, and Victor Von Doom. Obviously, they've all been on past streams. In a little bit, we will have, hopefully, another guest coming, Glacius TS. You might remember him from past videos of mine, namely the 25 characters, most likely, for Injustice, and Thoughts and Ideas. So, yeah. Why don't you guys go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Quick, somebody start.
Someone go. I'm eating pizza.
Hi.
He'll go.
I'll go. I'm Froggy. I am a huge Green Lantern fan. All around, I like DC, and I'm super excited for this game. I don't know. Is that good?
And I don't think anybody can hear me because Glacius says there's a huge audio issue.
I don't hear it.
He says on his end it's extremely loud and staticky. I don't know if this is true, but if anyone's out there, can you hear us?
Yes, please let us know now, guys, if you're out there watching. Send a typed message to the stream, and we'll try to fix any audio issues.
It sounds fine to me. I just turned on my volume in Skype and turned up the stream. It sounds fine.
Yeah, same here.
Alright, if there's no other troubles. Who's next? Paco?
I'm Paco. I do Injustice videos on my YouTube channel, Paco Slim. That's all I gotta say.
You want to spell that for them?
Yeah, if you send me the link, I'll put it in chat for people.
I'll put it in the chat, because I am cool like that.
I'm
Hey-o.
not sure if links are on there or not.
No, I was just gonna put how to spell it.
Oh,
Derp.
Paco's slimy.
It's Paco Slim, man. The E is silent.
Oh, like in jalapeno?
Yeah. It's funny because I'm white.
Are you?
I am.
I don't believe you.
You're in the Skype. Oh, never mind. You wouldn't have noticed.
and last but not least, we have the great Victor Von Doom.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm, yeah.
He's
So
the ruler of Latveria.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He's a king, evidently.
No, not king, dictator.
Charming Panda. It's probably because, like, over the last weekend, I was going to stream Arkham Asylum, but I decided not to. And so it might not have updated yet, but we are doing an Injustice Live discussion. This is week number 3.
So, can we, like, start the thing, or should we wait a little while?
Well, do you guys have any, like, random topics you guys want to go for first? Like,
Yeah, the arrow.
The show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to start since there aren't a lot of people in here yet.
I actually started watching it. I think it's pretty good.
I think this episode this week really solidified it as a good, decent show. Like, I wasn't quite sure.
Thea, though.
Hmm?
I can't stand Thea.
Oh, the sister?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Speedy?
Yeah, I can't stand her.
Yeah, quote-unquote Speedy. I think that it's... I know. I think it's by design that she's annoying. I mean, it's just, like, you need to have characters like that because then they eventually win you over later on. I think she's playing the part well. I mean, she's annoying the crap out of you because she's being such a, little brat. But it's... I think the show has a good balance between... hooking, like, the girls and whatnot that might watch CW shows in general and hooking the dudes that are, like, big in the comics. I think they have a good balance there.
Yeah.
So, and I think that Deadshot was actually really cool. Okay, let's just say this. They make it seem like he's going to be gone but I think he'll be back. I don't know about you guys.
But they did the same thing to Constantine Dracone, and he's apparently dead.
Yeah, and they also showed Deathstroke's head on the thing on the island. So,
I think that was just his mask.
Yeah, I think it was just this. I mean, I think Deathstroke for sure is going to be like the major villain that's going to go through the whole series eventually. Kind of like Ra's al Ghul or something like that, like for Batman, where he kind of haunts him later on. I think that the show has a lot of. I think that after the first episode, it's getting better, and that you're getting more character from Ollie, because it's actually pretty interesting how if you watch like Batman, like The Dark Knight and whatnot, like I am attached to Bruce, but at the same time, it's not really about like going in depth on his character. I don't know. Like I feel like you're gonna get a lot more character elements with this show. I think it's kind of cool because like if you're following a character episode after episode after episode, you start to feel like more attached. Like you're going through the ride. And I think that's what the show's sort of getting to now with these second 2 episodes. You're starting to feel a little bit more like behind the characters. You're not judging them as much. You're with them. I think that the detective Lance, like Black Canary's father, quote unquote.
Spoilers.
I know she's not Black Canary yet, but she's gonna be. Come on, eventually she will be.
So,
I think he's really believable in that role. Like I see him and I'm like, oh, I can see that being a detective.
I recognize him, but I don't know why I recognize him.
Yeah.
So, speaking about Black Canary in that show, does anyone think like she already has her powers, or is she gonna develop them?
They've said that they don't want to do superpowers in the show. They're like taking like the Nolan approach, Christopher Nolan.
So
I imagine she's just going to be like a supporting character that doesn't really. Well, she's going to do something, but I don't think it's going to get too.
I have a feeling they're gonna try to do some sort of nod to her scream ability. Either she'll just be able to just scream like crazy human levels, or she'll have some sort of like maybe device that she uses to like shatter glass or something like that. Like I don't know. They could do some. They can get interesting with the implementation of the scream ability, even if they don't have her actually have metahuman powers.
I think they're just going to probably keep her the love interest. I don't think they're going to go as far as to actually make her
Okay,
vigilante.
I think that eventually, when you get to those later seasons, they're going to do that for sure. I just think that for a while, they're definitely going to do what you're saying. Yeah. So, and the same thing goes with like for instance, I think Count Vertigo is like for sure going to show up on the show eventually.
Oh
He seems like the kind of villain to show up, but he's not going to have like Vertigo powers. But I could see him having some sort of device that like maybe disrupts the mind or something like that. Like they have technology in the real world that like would make people like cringe, and that's the sort of thing that can like throw off Arrow when he's trying to shoot. They could do some cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have they established whether or not he's called Green Arrow or just Arrow?
Or anything else?
They don't call him. I don't think they call him either. I mean, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they just call him like the hooded vigilante right now. Like they don't have a.
They call him that guy in the green hood, and I don't know
Yeah.
if he's gonna keep doing that or if they're gonna actually call him Green Arrow.
I think it's because they don't want to like the detectives and stuff. Like they're looking at this as like a guy that's breaking the law, and they don't want to sensationalize him, so they're just calling him this dude in a green hood.
They still called Floyd Lawton Deadshot. Oh, that was just Interpol though.
That's probably because that's like his mercenary nickname or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, they try to explain it as like maybe like people like it's like his nickname. Yeah, like I mean, they have to throw those little things in there for the fans, especially because Deadshot won't be in the series the whole way through. Like you want to get that name in there so people like understand that it's Deadshot right off the bat.
And
what other villains do you guys think might show up? Like obviously they can't be too major. They can't be too Batman related. I mean, they could be Batman villains, but like.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, but I think Tommy or whatever
Merlin.
might eventually, start becoming a villain for some reason.
I think that's fair to say because they wouldn't have made him Tommy Merlin unless they wanted him to be a villain eventually. I think he's one of the best characters in the show.
Yeah, like at
I really
first,
enjoy listening to him.
yeah, like at first I thought he'd be just that douchebag or whatever, but
Yeah.
he's actually a really cool guy.
Do we have?
What's a turbine engine?
Yeah, Glacius, I just joined.
He's trying to get in. I don't know if you saw him.
Yeah, I'm good, guys. Hey, how you doing?
All right, yes. So Glacius TS is now entering the call, guys. So Glacius, like we did with the rest of the guests, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Glacius TS. I'm a hardcore Mortal Kombat fan mostly. I met Dinozords on one of his videos, and you may have seen me on some of his YouTube videos providing some commentary with him on some of the cast of Injustice.
So yeah, he's pretty well equipped and with knowledge to help us on this discussion.
But I think it's a good time to move on from Arrow.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think
should we-
there's much more to say about
should
it.
we jump into the Injustice talk, maybe?
Yeah. So first topic we have for today for you guys. This is a pretty good topic. I mean, it has something to do with Ed Boon. Obviously, if you guys have Twitter, you can go check out his tweet. He recently said today, which one of these girls should make it into Injustice? And there was 3 pictures, I guess it was just one picture with 3 comic books next to each other. And one was a Batgirl comic, one was a Supergirl comic, and one was a Power Girl comic. So that wasn't a troll. He was just asking which one should make it in.
Well, it may be a troll.
There's nothing to troll about. It's just asking which one should make it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he is the type to get some speculation going, just throw in a bunch of red herrings.
Yeah, well, still, just putting out some speculation.
Yeah.
We all said this before we even started, and we were just coming up with the topic. Just speculation. Which one of the 3 would you guys like to have in the game? Obviously, I don't think any of us really want, clone characters, but still.
Well, I've said before I'd like to see Power Girl, and I know a lot of people say she'd be a clone character, but that's not a guarantee. I mean, they can make her different in many ways.
Yeah.
And people could say the same about Batgirl as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much all of them are typically clone characters in terms of their abilities, but I'd probably hand it to Power Girl. She has an original look, and she has them assets.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, but Power Girl, she is her own sort of name, own sort of, she doesn't wear the Superman symbol. It just makes more sense in terms of including her. At the same time, though, I wonder why they wouldn't go for, Zod. And maybe they do have, I mean, I just think that if they're going to have a clone that has, quote-unquote, the same powers, why not use Zod when he's going to be in the upcoming Man of Steel movie? He has, a really cool look to his own. I think that'd be cool.
There's actually an answer to that. I think it was a GameSpot interview. He said they don't want to be associated with the movie.
I don't think they're allowed to use any characters that have anything to do with any of the upcoming movies.
Zod's mainly a movie character. I don't think I haven't seen him that much in comics, so I don't know if they're just going to go, that direction.
Well, I don't get why they wouldn't be able to use movie characters. I don't see why that would be an issue.
Licensing issues and whatnot, but I don't know.
Well, Superman's in the movie, so
Charming Panda. He said the picture was of Barbara Gordon. There needs to be more females. What do you guys think the next female that is going to be in? I think one of them could be in, because if you guys remember back in June, he tweeted out oh, which one of these guys should be in, and it was Deathstroke and I don't even remember who, but
it was Deathstroke, Green Arrow, and Nightwing, and somebody else.
Yeah, so Nightwing
Aquaman.
and Green Arrow made it in.
Yeah, Aquaman was the other one.
I think they're all going to be in, to be honest
They
with
can
you.
do characters in movies, they just cannot have the costumes likeness. I want Black Canary. I don't care if she likes them though.
Well, that's more reason to have her in. I mean, they have experience with that type of character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think almost everyone, like I think we've had this discussion before on this show, but everyone like jizzes over Hawkgirl, so I think that is a logical decision. And with Ed Boon always like saying like, "Oh yeah, Hawkgirl, man. I'm just like all the rest of the people who jizz over Hawkgirl."
I'm
Yeah,
Black Canary through and through for me. Just total Black Canary.
For a second, I thought you were saying you were black. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I yeah. I'm the whitest guy you know. So Black Canary is my number one. I can't think of anyone better.
Duality Gaming. Has there been any release on tag mode being in or not? They said they didn't really want to do it because of the changing arenas thing. That was in the EB Expo interview, I believe. I might be wrong.
I don't think they really touched on it that much. Like, I don't know if they actually deconfirmed it at any point.
Well, he kind of addressed it. Someone brought up tag mode, and he said they kind of don't want to, but they didn't really say no.
I think they wanted to set themselves apart from Mortal Kombat more than anything. Try and say, this is not Mortal Kombat. We're doing our own game now. This is a new series. And I guess they're trying to stray away from having too many features that's similar to the latest Mortal Kombat game.
But I didn't say really, like, no, it's not, but they said they kind of weren't really looking in.
I do think it'd be interesting to do tag teams. I mean, if you had, like, Black Canary and Green Arrow together, or
Yeah, like
some other team that makes sense together, like they could have a cool finisher that's, like, unique to them if they're playing on the same team and they're both live. Like, that'd be cool.
and if there is tag team, like I hope it's kind of like it is in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, how like in the beginning they're like, all right, let's do this or whatever.
Can you
They could have like
elaborate
their
on
own. They could have like their own taunts, like at the beginning of matches.
Yeah,
That'd be really awesome. Like I've said this, Green Arrow and Black Canary ride in like on a motorcycle together, and like I think that could just be really epic and cool. I would love that.
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller, the Wall.
No, man. They
Oh
need to
no,
put in,
she did.
You know, though, in Team 7, she's actually going out there doing combat. I mean, she's the skinny version.
For a second I thought you meant like old-fashioned Amanda Waller. I was like, seriously?
I think that what they're doing in the New 52, and this is just me, just total speculation, I think she's starting out skinny. She's going to go through like some stuff, like actually in combat, like with guns and whatnot, like out in the field, and then eventually she'll develop an eating disorder, and like... I think that would actually be a really fun thing to do with her. Just have her just start going crazy eating just after some crazy thing happens to her. I don't know what.
I would not be surprised if the Mortal...
The Charming Panda says, I don't want Barbara Gordon because of the Justice League and Oracle thing. What do you mean by that?
I thought that was retconned.
Barbara Gordon is the most iconic Batgirl. I mean, I know that everyone likes her as Oracle or whatever, but the reason why DC made Batgirl Barbara Gordon again is because a lot of people, as soon as they think of Batgirl, they think of Jim Gordon's daughter going out, as a bat, and I think that's just, there's something very iconic about it, and I think that's why if they chose Batgirl for this game, it would be her.
Dark Surge 3 says needs Firestorm.
But yeah, Charming Panda, they retconned the whole wheelchair thing. It hasn't. They changed that around New 52 when that started.
Yeah, Barbara Gordon is now Batgirl in New 52. Obviously, you don't know if this is like New 52 universe or pre-Killing Joke or anything like that. So
they kind of said they're going for their own universe, so they may just nix some of that stuff anyway.
What the New 52 is supposed to do, though, is, like, establish what the DC Universe is for these adaptations, So they're making Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and they're making Barry Allen, The Flash, and, like, they're saying, like, this is what we're doing, and we're moving forward with this, and this is going to be our movies. So I think it's going to be Barbara Gordon if Batgirl's in this game.
I have my doubts, though, about Batgirl showing up. Personally.
Yeah, I do too. I don't see Nightwing and Batman and Batgirl.
That's a bit much. And Robin.
I don't think Robin's going to be in either, but
Me neither.
that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah.
Josh Lowell, I would love to see Deadshot in the game, but I don't think he would fit into the storyline. We don't really know what the storyline is yet, so who knows?
That's true.
All I want is
Deadshot would be
Red Hood.
A hired gun to kill Superman or something. I don't know.
Deadshot would be great, but I don't think he would fit in over all the other characters that could possibly make it in.
Yeah.
Dark Surge 3 says, all I want is Red Hood. Me and you both, Twitter.
Well,
If
I'd
you were going
say-
to do... Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, if Red Hood does make it in, I'd say if anything, it would only happen if Dono is right, and this is basically a Justice League versus Batman game. But
Which I wouldn't like, but I guess you guys would. I don't know. Are you guys like huge Batman fans mostly?
I'm
Well-
not a huge Batman fan, but I like Red Hood, so I wouldn't mind having Red Hood in there.
I like Red Hood. I wouldn't mind him being in. It's just that I don't like the Justice League versus Batman thing.
By the way, Snowflame, the man powered by cocaine. That is the greatest supervillain of all time. Kimmeris just said that.
yeah, I would. I'd probably like it if it was Batman versus Justice League, but only if they advertised it as such. Right now, they kind of make it look like it's the entire DC universe that they're grabbing characters from. And I'd be kind of disappointed if they stuck to just Batman and Justice League.
Well, Ed Boon said in a interview that it was going to be 50% heroes, 50% villains. So I don't see how that would really make sense if they.
Here's how it could make sense. The Justice League are bad in the story. There you go.
Well, that's not
50%,
No, that's not what he
50%.
means, though. Come on, when he says
I don't
50%,
think so either.
that's not what he means when
What did
he
he
says that.
What did he say? Like, did he say 50% of the people in the game are like? If he said something like 50% of the characters in the story are heroes and 50% are villains, that would
Yeah,
make
he said that
complete sense.
verbatim.
That would make complete sense
he
because
didn't-
like
he didn't say that,
50%.
though.
No, but he just said. But either
Oh,
way,
or-
like if 50% of the characters in the story are villains, that would make complete sense because like you see, I'm pretty sure at this point like we see that Superman is like this like dictator or something at this point, and that would make like the whole rest of the Justice be like, oh, we should follow him, you know? Looks like he's got a big penis, so we should probably follow him. And then everyone's like, all right, yeah, Superman's pretty cool. Fuck Batman. And then Batman's like, fuck all you guys.
Well, I mean, like, if the Justice League is being mind controlled, I don't see why, like, Deathstroke or anyone else couldn't be. Like,
But just think about it. Like, when in Young Justice, like, they didn't go to the Justice League, mind control them, and then go down to Earth and mind control everyone else. You want, like, if you were going to mind control anybody, you'd want to mind control the Justice League. They're, like, the most powerful people in that galaxy and have the most control over, like, most people's, thoughts and ideas.
I'm still not too convinced about the mind control thing either. I'm thinking it's more of a political thing.
Well, Lex Luthor is in the trailer, and I think you guys are underestimating his role in the story.
No, I think he's
Yeah.
going to be in the story. I just think he's not going to be a fighting character.
But he's
But he was
wearing
wearing
a
the
mech
suit.
suit. Why
We
would
don't
he be
know that
wearing a
that's
mech
Lex
suit if he's
Luthor,
not
actually.
going to
We
fight?
just see a guy wearing a robotic suit, and yeah, it's most likely Lex Luthor, but technically it hasn't really said it is.
Well, he's
And
bald.
you'd think
He's
if Lex
bald.
Luthor was like, and Captain Cold, you know what I mean? Like, you'd think by now, especially if they were in the, if those guys were in the like fucking teaser trailer, you'd think they'd be confirmed characters at this point.
I don't know. I think Captain Cold's still open to speculation.
I don't.
I'd like to see Captain Cold, and I think it's Captain Cold personally. But they might want that to be a huge surprise, and then say, "Oh, we already pretty much confirmed him in the first trailer."
And
Look at
another,
Be a
hold on.
tease.
Kamara says, question, lacking middle ground, do you view Catwoman as a hero or villain?
I think she's been a hero for a while. I don't know if she really counts as a villain anymore.
I think she's like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
I think if they go 50% heroes, 50% villains, they'll put Catwoman on the villain side. But she definitely has she's bounced around enough now to where you could look at her as a hero, especially in recent times. Like, look at Dark Knight Rises. Like,
Azrael should be in the game.
she's very much heroic on the side of heroism in terms of being an anti-hero.
In the Batman trailer, I think this is from Charming Panda. In the Batman trailer, I think I heard Batman said, "I reveal my identity and froze time," or something like that. I don't want Lex in the game, says Dark Surge. Charming Panda says Lex would be good, but not a fight character. Haha! Thank you.
He was already in MK versus DC.
Yeah, but look how that turned out. Chimera says, I support
Not
Lex.
because of Lex, though.
I think he might be my top DC villain.
I agree.
The Charming Panda says it could just be super meh using his cold breath thing. That's true.
But Superman
Josh.
was using his laser eyes.
Yeah, why would they put Superman twice in the trailer?
Who knows?
And also, anyone that says it's like his arrow, I've heard that before. I'm like, are you serious? I'm sorry, Green Arrow's ice arrow. That is not what it was. It was a beam of ice. Yes,
Like
and
a flat-out beam of ice.
it could have been Mr. Freeze, but I'm thinking it's Captain Cold. There's too many things in his favor. It was against the Flash. I can't see them putting Mr. Freeze against the Flash when they know that Captain Cold is Flash's main villain. Ed Boon. Ed Boon. Sorry to get all like crazy on you here, but Ed Boon, he said that Flash is his favorite hero. Would he really not put a Flash villain in the game?
But you guys think like Ed Boon has like complete creative control of who gets in the game or not?
I don't see that.
I
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that when Ed Boon is such a big deal here, I don't think he would make something as big as a character like the Flash not have a villain in the game.
But you're assuming that everyone in the trailer is already like confirmed. That was just a concept trailer, basically. It wasn't like it was a teaser trailer. And in teaser trailers, things don't always go the same.
Well,
like the original Evil 4.
Josh Lowell 44 says, would you guys say Cheetah would be in the game? Just quick answers so I can get through this list so we won't get so clogged up.
No, I don't.
No.
Yeah, yes. If it's not Cersei or Ares, Cheetah will be in the game. If one of those two aren't in the game, then she'll be in. That's all. It's a caveat, but yeah.
Dark Surge says same thing if they pick Red Hood. Not quite sure what that was.
He's referring to him being on the villain side.
Oh yeah. QI Kindle. I'm gonna go with that. The statue has a Batman holding a green batarang. If you look closely.
I'm assuming that's Kryptonite.
The Charming Panda says, "Don't ask me. Mr. Freeze would have a bigger ice beam."
Yeah, he probably would. I mean, it looked like a Captain Cold look to the beam. I know that's a weird thing to say. It's a weird thing to say, but I know my Captain Cold, and it looked like Captain Cold to me.
Wait, so do you think this is a Captain Cold with like the ice hands, like the actual power, or
I think it could be. I think it could be because I mean, then again, maybe whoever's in charge was like, no, we like the classic version, but I think that the new 52 version is a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more like when you think about it, like. Flash should be facing someone with powers. I mean, Flash is super fucking powerful. So wouldn't you want somebody that has powers within them, not just technology, to face him?
All right, Dark Surge 3 says Cold makes sense because they can't use like Zoom. Charming Panda says in an interview they said that they can't use Zoom. Obviously, the only Flash villains I could see that the game roster something is Captain Cold and Heatwave. Q Kindle says, you said my name right, thanks. You're welcome.
Heatwave sucks. I hate Heatwave.
Charming Panda says Captain Boomerang.
Wait, was Heatwave the one that was like in the annual for Flash, like he just like left?
Heatwave is a chump. Heatwave is like he's like the bottom of the barrel. Not the bottom of the barrel. I mean, Trickster is like the joke villain. But Heatwave, like I always feel like he's the one I'm least interested in out of the Flash villains because he's just like a guy that shoots fire and he's kind of angry. Whereas like Captain Cold's the leader of the Rogues, so it would just make sense to put him in. I don't think there's anyone else that makes sense.
I've never heard of Heatwave.
Captain Boomerang is another good choice, to be honest, but I know you guys laughed at Captain Boomerang before, so...
I think by now, like, how many months has it been since the announcement trailer?
Getting to about a year
since
now,
like
isn't it?
E3, I think.
It's been over 3 months, because it came out in, like, June or May.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, I remember that.
So, if you think by like 3, 4, even like 5 months, you think they wouldn't have announced if there was going to be a character other than like Batman and Justice League members or something? You think by now it would have at least one would have been announced. That's like the main reason why I think.
Hey guys, I have the demo here where he says I need to find it in the video, but I'm gonna try to find the actual quote of the 50% heroes, 50% villains.
Okay.
In a little bit, I'll update you. I'm gonna try. It's a long video. It's 30 minutes.
So I think this is a pretty good topic. Red Hood wants to kill villains. He probably would be on Superman's side.
That's me.
I think Red Hood would be on, if he was in the game, I think he would be on. It kind of depends though, because like if you're talking about New 52 kind of Red Hood, he's like, he almost always helps out Batman at this point. He's not even like grudgy in my opinion. But like if it wasn't like New 52 Red Hood, I think he would be on Superman's side just to piss off Batman, not because he wants to kill villains or anything.
I don't know if it's so much about being against Batman. I think it's more about morals, like the whole thing being about killing villains. Like Red Hood is all for that, and he would probably stand for it more than a lot of the heroes.
Nah, I'm pretty sure he would just do it to piss off Batman.
I was gonna say that I can definitely see Red Hood being on Superman's side, but if they were going to put him on a side, I think they'd put him on the Batman side just to have like character consistency or something.
Yeah, because like you kind of have to understand Red Hood's character to know that he would be on Superman's side just to piss off Batman.
Unless they have like biographies somewhere in the game, like they did with.
Oh yeah.
Now they might have it show up in the story like he starts out on Batman's side, and then he's like, "Batman, I'm sorry, but I stand for the other side on this one. Nothing against you, but I'm over here now."
Holy crap! Zatanna Jizz. That's from Charming Panda. Q Kindle says people keep saying that Aquaman is useless, but if they put Hook, Lightning, Triton, Aquaman, he'd be so cool. Any comments on that?
I don't want the Hook.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
I want the water-bending Aquaman.
Although I wouldn't mind the long hair.
I like him to be New 52 Aquaman.
I'm the same way.
Dark Surge 3 says, I'm looking forward to Aquaman. I want to see what they do with him if he's in the game. I agree.
I think Kimmeris brings up a good subject. I can't remember if I've asked this before, but how would you guys feel if the factions were divided between Power and Gadget? I think that would actually be a pretty bad idea, because I think that it would be a completely unfair fight.
It wouldn't make sense even right now, because if you look on the character select screen,
I think he's just saying what if.
Well, yeah, but
yeah. I don't
what
think
if I wouldn't like that?
Either.
What if I wouldn't like it? But Duality Gaming says Red Robin won't happen.
I don't know.
Not.
Yeah.
I don't remember who. Yeah, I do. It was Hybrid. If Hybrid was right, and like I obviously don't read Teen Titans, I don't know much about Red Robin, but if he can like use his wings and shit, like if they're like metal and he can like cut people up with that, I think that'd be really good, and he could be a good character, as long as people don't bitch about too many Batman characters. Dark Surge, huh?
People are going to, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing it right now. Like so.
Dark Surge 3, I think he would be on Batman's side because I know he wouldn't be on Joker's side, but Joker's on Batman's side, so.
How about characters from, like, hero characters outside the Justice League? Anyone got any of those to suggest?
I think Static Shock would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'm not against it. That'd be cool.
Leanne Harper should be a playable character.
Hey, Dino?
Yeah.
If you want to play a video of the interview, I have the timestamp on it. It's where Ed Boon says 50% heroes, 50% villains. I have it in the chat.
Okay.
Skype
One
chat.
sec. Just let me get through these comments. Damian Wayne would be sick. I agree. I want Damian Wayne in the game so bad, says Dark Surge, in Duality, basically. Charming Panda says smiley face. Chimeras, I can't remember if I've asked this. Oh, I already answered that. Charming Panda, Superdog, or Ace. Well, that would actually be pretty funny. Like, as a DLC character or something.
No, playing as a dog. That
That'd
would
be
just
funny.
How would that work though? Imagine like Grundy trying to swing at him and it just
make
misses
his
as it goes
hitbox
over his head.
Just make his hitbox higher.
Yeah,
Why don't
like,
you just put in Batmite or something? Or
Duality Gaming.
Mr. Mixie's Pitlick or whatever.
Mixtleplex.
Mixtleplex, yeah.
Duality Gaming says Red Robin is too similar in the eyes of the dead, or it's too similar to Nightwing in the eyes of the dev team.
You'd play like different. Yeah, I don't want any Robin in personally, but he'd play different if they put him in.
Q Kindle PC, any Aquaman, Super Friends Aquaman. I just want him. Duality Gaming says Hawk and Dove. End of subject. Dark Surge 3. I want to see Martian Manhunter.
Yes, yeah.
You guys want? I like him. I think he'd be cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's in. He's for sure in.
He's like Shang Tsung. You can totally see.
That's like the 82nd time I've been corrected about calling him Static Shock.
Like, can I say
We're
it?
being specifics. I don't know.
Well, Static Shock wasn't just the name of the show. It's actually the name of his new comic series.
Sure.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And plus, we also say Static Shock because that's what people like. Like, if you just say static, like, some people are like, oh, you mean Static Shock?
electricity bill.
Yeah.
He was not even like a known character. He's a C-level character before that show. So I mean, it's kind of understandable that people get that wrong.
Harry775 says, I can picture Doomsday as the Goro of Injustice.
Definitely. I agree with that.
I just don't think Doomsday is going to be in the game.
No, he means like, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I could totally see him as a sub boss. I'd like him to be playable, but I could totally see him like show up as like just before you get to the final boss, you have to fight this huge brute of a character.
His inclusion would be a lot like including Darkseid. I think that they're both like very necessary in terms of like getting the whole DC universe represented, but
Yeah.
they're also like, how do they fit into the story? So maybe if they made them like you play against them like when you play on like the ladders or whatever, just moving up the ladder, like you face them as like the final bosses on that.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me. Like if Doomsday, well, no, that still just doesn't make sense.
Well, unless
Well,
it
he
has
could-
to bring the two sides back together because some huge threat's coming. Doomsday's a huge threat.
That,
Well, we know
I guess, yeah,
for some-
that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Well, we know for some reason he's like chained up in the Fortress of Solitude.
Well, he could have just like captured him. and
Oh,
been
if
like,
he's in the
"Aha."
background, then that probably means he's not going to be playable because they would have to remove him from the background whenever you play on that level as him.
They
against
do that all the time.
Mortal Kombat. They had in the
Combat
Shang
does that
Tsung
all the
level.
time.
That's
Okay.
true. The one when you play as Scarlet, she's not there, right?
Yeah, and Shao Kahn too. Shao Kahn's in the like sitting on the throne, and when you're fighting him, he's not on the throne anymore.
Oh,
That's
well,
true.
okay, that you get that can actually be directly. Yeah, so I'm wrong. I'll admit that then, because Darkseid he could be on like his throne in Apocalypse or whatever, and then be off of it when you're facing him in Apocalypse. Like cool.
I want to address something only because I don't know who he's talking about. Josh Wall 44 says, "Would Geoforce be in the game?" I don't know who Geoforce or what Geoforce is. Can somebody explain that to me?
He's like Taro from Teen Titans. He controls rocks like
Okay.
geo.
Well, I guess
kinetic
that
or
kind of
whatever.
means he probably won't be in the game because I've never heard. Oh, maybe that's just me. Maybe he's some well-known character. I don't know.
When Tremor shows up in a Mortal Kombat game, then Geoforce can be in a DC Universe game.
Okay, Q Kendall PC says Raish. Hold on, I almost got that wrong. Ra's al Ghul should be in the game because he's mentor of Batman. Thoughts?
I could definitely see him being over some other people, but I don't know. If it'll-
I think
Sorry.
I personally think we're done with the Batman characters.
Bullshit.
I don't think done, but I think like one more.
for now, I think.
All right, so since you
Maybe
guys think
Bane.
since all you guys seem to think there's no more Batman characters left, what say if another character is a Justice League member and then another character is a Batman character, and then the next time we get two more characters or whatever, it's a Justice League member and a Batman family member or Rogue. What are you guys gonna
At
say
that
then?
point, I will probably accept.
You'll bow
it,
down
but
and kiss my feet? Is that what I'm hearing?
I will like accept defeat on that
Okay.
point. But
So-
right now, I just think
Accept
it's
defeat at that point.
bad advertising.
Chimera says, I think Cole McGrath as a guest character would be a bad idea. If Static ends up as a DLC character, it renders him kind of moot. I don't understand why they would put Cole McGrath in there.
Well, he has a DC comic series, and he's kind of a
Oh,
villain.
does it?
Or not- He's not really a villain. I meant to say hero. He's kind of a superhero, kind of.
Cole McGrath?
I mean,
Yeah.
unless
We're talking about the guy from Infamous, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Infamous.
I mean, unless
Does
it's
he actually
just like
have
a
any-
PS3 like exclusive, like they did with Kratos.
Yeah,
Does he have any place in the DC?
But I don't think they would put him in as a
They don't
guest
have-
character because he was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Was he? Oh, yeah.
Well, hold on though. Hold on. Kratos
Yeah,
was
he's
in.
in
Kratos was in
PlayStation
Soul.
All-Stars, too.
Kratos. Listen though. Kratos was in Soul Calibur games, and
That's
also in Mortal Kombat. Here's the thing though. This is a brand new series. This is Injustice numero uno here. I don't think they want to contaminate it with characters that don't need to be there when you're doing all new characters in the first place. You know, I think that you bring in guest stars once you get going and you have sequels, and then you're like, oh, let's bring in guest stars to spice things up.
Plus, I don't
not-
think
not
too
to
many
mention-
people would want like. It's not like everyone's like gonna be like, oh, put my character in here, you know.
Yeah, if there were any guest characters, it would be Scorpion and Sub-Zero. There's nobody
I don't know
else.
about that. I saw a comment earlier, and it was actually a topic I want to talk about. JCAG00 says, what do you think about characters appearing as alternate skins? And I know what he's talking about. He's saying like have
Robin
an
as Nightwing.
per character, but it's a different person, kind of.
Like John Stewart, Green Lantern?
Something.
Or maybe like Speedy for Green Arrow.
Because they've done something similar to that, so I don't see why they couldn't do it.
I think that might happen. Yeah.
I think a red arrow costume is easily going to happen because they have like futuristic Red Arrow where he looks just like Green Arrow, like
Here's a
in
good one.
Kingdom Come, whatnot.
Chimera says, who else wants everyone to be playable with either no bosses or nerf playable bosses?
I like bosses. There's things you can do with bosses that you can't do with playable characters. It just makes the experience better when you get there.
Dark Surge, I'll show the interview in a couple minutes. JCAG or JCAG or whatever. What do you guys think about characters appearing as? Oh, we already answered that. My bad. Duality Gaming says they did that in MK with Scarlet. Dark Surge, Scarlet. Duality Gaming, easy. The Charming Panda says, how do you fight as a dog? Just like saying how does Scooby-Doo talks.
Well, they could, like Amaterasu in Marvel.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
Just make his cape just fly up 5 feet and that's a hittable or something.
There you go.
JCAG00. Exclusives aren't necessarily punishing people. I can understand why you would think that, but Cole's only been on PS3 games, so I don't think it would make sense to have him on the 360. I don't really know if it's punishing, but I can understand why people don't like it.
Well, what they would have to do is counterbalance it by putting somebody from 360 on there, but I can't think of anyone that would fit this game.
Yeah, and I know the first thing any Xbox player is thinking is, oh, Master Chief with the energy sword.
Actually, though, wait a minute. I think, is the Gears of War comic published by DC? I mean, I know this is all, nothing should I don't want to see any of this happen, but I think Gears of War is published by DC, so, I mean, they could do, Marcus Phoenix.
They probably would, though.
I don't...
If they had the opportunity to do that, they would have done it with MK9.
Exactly. I mean, he's super violent. Why would you want to put him in this one?
What else is there?
Flash as Zoom would be awesome. My only problem is, would they be able to change his powers to look red? They would have to, you know what I'm saying?
They could
have the red. I mean, they could, and I've said that before, but I remember in Smash Brothers, for Sonic the Hedgehog, the reason that, I mean, this is a weird, I mean, they're completely different games, but I remember Sonic the Hedgehog, they didn't put any red costumes that were red skin because his powers always looked blue or something. I'm just saying, sometimes it's difficult, I guess, to change those things to make them look different.
Oh, I've said this, I think on only one other live stream, but they did the changing the effects with Sector and Cyrax and MK9.
Okay.
Dark Surge 3 says, Raven would be awesome. I'm just saying, since the background is interactive, she can pick stuff up and throw it. That'd be cool. What do you guys think, Raven? Yes, no, maybe so.
Definitely.
Or do you guys think maybe she would be a part of the Teen Titans pack if they made that?
Oh, yeah.
I personally want the Shade instead of Raven because that would go on the villain side and it would be another Flash villain and he's an adult. I mean, I know Raven is older now, but still.
I think they're probably not going to add any more Teen Titans characters. I think the Nightwing and Cyborg were coincidences.
Yeah.
Well, I think because Cyborg is a Justice League member now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Duality Gaming. I agree. Swamp Thing would be awesome.
Duality Gaming says he ordered U.S. collectors and EU collectors. Congrats. I want to do that too, actually. Dark Surge, I think him and Kratos are used up. Yeah, that's true. I think he's talking about Cole and Kratos. Q Kindle says Dinozords says it's like Nolan Batman. I want Batman.
He
What?
wants you to talk like Christopher Nolan Batman.
No. We need to get
Oh,
freaking
Froggy.
Froggy. Yeah.
I can,
Where is he? Where is Harvey Dent? Where is he?
Oh, do the
Where's the
distance.
Joker?
Why do you want to kill me?
Where is Harvey Dent?
So
That's very
perfect.
serious.
All right, we had to get that out of the way. It wouldn't be a injustice
Yes.
discussion without that. All right, so Dark Surge says Ed Boon said there could be surprises.
yeah, but that could mean anything.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if he's referring to anything in particular, but
Yeah, because we're like getting to the comments late. But
yeah.
Duality Gaming DC has such an amazing roster. Why bring in guests? That's dumb. I also want good DC DLC. I agree.
Agreed.
You don't. Yeah, you don't even really need. Even with Mortal Kombat, you don't really need guest characters. Like, it was cool that they had like the, Kratos and
And I'm a huge Freddy Krueger fan.
yeah,
so I
Freddy
love
Krueger.
that. But Mortal
Uh,
Kombat's more about just having a good old time. I don't. They seem like they want to be telling a story with this one.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Injustice.
Charming Panda. I think we already did that. Q Kindle. How is you guys' favorite Robin? Mine's is Tim Drake. So, which your guys' favorite Robin?
I guess Damien.
Yeah,
I
mine.
Drake, I guess.
I like. I don't know which one I like.
I like Damien most at this point.
Carrie Kelly. No, I'm just kidding.
I like Jason Todd, but not when he was Robin.
I agree.
I'm still Josh Lowell. He says I'm still waiting on Black Adam. Does anyone here other than me think? Like, why would they? I don't understand why. If they were going to put in Black Adam, like you'd have to have Shazam. Otherwise, it'd just be like, why is Black Adam even there? And if they're going to put in Shazam, why would you put in Black Adam? You know what I mean?
Well, if they do what people have been suggesting, and I just thought of this like right now, but I wouldn't mind if they had like some sort of, I don't know, alternate costume packs where every character comes like a villain counterpart or something. Like Shazam would be Black Adam, and what's his face? Flash would be Zoom or something like that. I think that'd be kind of funny.
I think that Black Adam would be like the one that I'd want to see as an alternate costume that for some reason they let him just be in the story anyways. Like have like Captain Marvel and Black Adam. Yeah, make them the same character, but just have two of them. I don't really care.
Let me just try to get through these comments real quick. I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets their thought out on the stream. Duality Gaming says yes, it's DC published. I think he's talking about the Gears of War thing.
Yeah.
JCAG, I'm rooting for Brainiac over Lex Luthor in Power Suit. I agree, 100%.
Boo! Lex Luthor for the win.
Duality Gaming says Boone says Lobo as DLC is likely already. Swamp Thing would be awesome though. Charming Panda, I just won Zatanna, then I will be happy. Duality Gaming, EU statue is way cooler. That's true. Josh Lowell, what if it's Justice League versus Superman and the Teen Titans are just trying to stop them both from destroying each other?
What?
I don't think that's what's going on.
Yeah, I
There's
That
trouble,
seems
you
way
know
off.
who to call.
The Young Justice League. That's
Sure.
cool. Fierce Deity says, I'm here. Awesome, dude. Glad to have you here. Dark Surge. I'm not quite sure what that. JCAG, do you guys think they will add an opponent copying character like Shang Tsung?
I think he's referring to Shang Tsung.
Yeah. Will it be Parasite, Clayface, Martian Manhunter, or someone else? I think it could be...
Martian
I
Manhunter
think
most
if there was
likely.
only one, it would be Martian Manhunter, but then I think...
I'd love Clayface though. That'd
Yeah,
be
I'd
amazing.
love Clayface. But I think if they were going to put Clayface, I don't think he'd be like a copying character, like copying people's, like moves and stuff, I think he would like form stuff with his gook.
Yeah, definitely. Probably be able to like be like the T-1000 character and
Yeah. But I like that idea. I think
yeah,
it would.
definitely.
I don't
Chimera
want Lex
says,
Luthor in, but I want Clayface in. Screw you guys.
Are you going home?
Hey, I want Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Oh, Q Kendall has a question for you, Froggy. He says, "I love you, Froggy. One more, can you do Kevin Conroy Batman? You don't have to do it if you don't want to."
I can give it a shot. I can't say it'll be good. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Wait,
I don't know.
try that.
I don't know if
again,
that's
like,
good.
Try a little calmer. Be a
No,
little
no,
calmer.
try that again, but like, do it more down your throat, like, you know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
I am the night. I am Batman. I don't know. I can't do
That
it.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that was pretty
It
close.
was a lot better.
It wasn't terrible.
But then again, you haven't had like 5 years to work on that one like you have the Dark Knight characters. So,
Everybody can do Dark Knight Batman.
Zatanna, Charming Panda says, Zatanna and Nightwing could have a thing like Black Canary and Green Arrow. Yeah, that's true. Fierce Deity says, hey, which of the girls Ed Boon showed do you want in Injustice?
We addressed this earlier, but you might not have been here.
Yeah, I think it was Power Girl pretty much unanimously. Chimera says, most of my experience with Robin is with Dick Grayson, but I think of him more as Nightwing. I think that's with most people at this point. JCAG says, what stages do you want to be in the game? I don't want to talk about this because I have a Thoughts and Ideas video with Froggy coming out on next Wednesday. So if you want to hear some ideas about that, we'll have a video next Wednesday. So
I'm assuming the one we did a while ago, we're just kind of Xing that away.
no, I just haven't gotten to it.
Oh,
Never
mind.
It was about... Nah, I don't want to spoil it. We'll talk about it after. Duality Gaming says I'd rather have Mr. Marvel or Captain Marvel. He
Mr.
says-
Marvel.
Mr. Marvel.
It's like
Marvel and Black
Ms.
Adam.
Marvel's husband.
Yeah, pretty much. Chimera says Captain Marvel / Black Adam is the Raiden / Dark Raiden of Injustice.
I can see that.
Kinda, I guess.
I think Captain Marvel or whatever Shazam will probably be in it because like he's a Justice League member.
Ed Boon seems to love. I have a feeling that Ed Boon likes him because he looks kind of like him a little bit. He's got like the big black eyebrows.
Yeah.
Caterpillars.
I just have a feeling he likes him because of that.
I saw somebody tweeted him once, like, I think it was sometime over the summer. He's like, "Hey, Ed Boon, look, I got Mortal Kombat Ed Boon edition," and he like drew
Oh,
on,
yeah.
he drew on huge eyebrows on the box. It was so funny.
He would probably play similar to like Poison Ivy or something, entangling people in his eyebrows instead.
Oh my god! That's hilarious. Fierce Deity
Alternate costume
says.
for Poison Ivy.
Fierce Deity says Swamp Thing equals Lake Monster.
Swamp Monster.
Oh, like what? Yeah, sure.
That's more close.
Q Kindle PC. Red Tornadoes combos would be crazy. I want him to. Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool actually.
Yeah, he's not very popular right now, though, is he?
No, but he is on. Well, I don't know if he's still on there actually. But he was
on Young Justice for a while.
Pretty main character actually.
Wait, did they like kick him off after the 10-year jump?
Probably.
I thought it was a 5-year jump.
That's what I said.
Yeah, he's a trolling.
I heard him say 10
He like-
years.
Yeah, he's
like-
just trolling.
He'd be like Fujin, if I could compare him to anybody from Mortal Kombat, I guess. He's like a wind god.
Oh, this is a pretty cool. Camaris always has some pretty awesome ideas. Wait, hold on. Q Kindle PC says you, sir, have a 13-year-old one fan. What? Fierce Deity, Adam West Batman voice, and oh yeah, go ahead and do that real quick before we get to the topic.
What, me?
Yeah, Adam West Batman. Go ahead.
I don't know how to do Adam West Batman. Let me think about that for a second. Damn.
Where's the ball?
I'm
You just have
trying
to.
think,
You just have to be
it's
like
hard.
Nicolas Cage, Big Daddy.
I don't know about this, Robin.
That's pretty good.
Come here,
It
Robin.
appears-
Let's get to the car.
It appears the Riddler
Must
has
go.
left us.
Adam Wee.
That sounds a lot like an old Elvis Presley. I don't know who was doing that voice earlier.
Okay, Camaris, this is the cool. This is a cool topic, I think. It's gonna take all of us to do this answer. All right, so Camaris says pick 2 known cast, 1 random location for that scenario, and try to give an explanation for that scenario.
Wow, way to make us think. No. Wait, do you mean like already? When you say known cast, do you mean like already picked?
Yeah, already announced. So I imagine.
You mean like in the story, like an explanation?
Green Lantern, Green Arrow, go.
Oh, yeah, so they're just like meeting
The
up.
color green is mine! Have at thee!
Like,
You don't deserve the color green!
Okay, I'll just go die. Yeah, so you know how there's a Green Arrow and Green Lantern comic? You know, way back when? So,
Yeah.
they're just like meeting up, and then, I don't know, like Green Lantern's all like, I'm gonna kill you because I'm brain controlled or something.
Brain control can't be the answer to everything.
Mind control is always the answer to everything.
All right, guys, I'm back.
Oh,
sorry.
they said, what's the stage?
Wait, what do
Metropolis.
we have? What do we have? What's going
And
on?
blackest day and brightest night, beware your fears made into light. Let those who try to stop what's right burn like his power, Sinestro's might.
So wait, what characters did you guys pick and stuff?
I said Green Arrow and Green Lantern, and everyone seemed to go with it, so I don't know. I was kidding.
I would have picked Lobo and Swamp Thing.
No, it has to be known characters. You said.
Characters already in.
In a funny
Solomon Grundy and Harley Quinn.
No, but like they have to be on the opposite sides
Oh,
of the team.
I think I know what he's getting at. He wants us to explain how they could possibly fight each other.
Yeah, like for the story, like pick 2 characters like on opposite teams and give an explanation of why they're fighting. So I think we should just go with my idea for the story in that idea.
I mean, I think as a tutorial level or something, they should have Batman and Joker. Like, you know?
I think he meant opposite sides.
No, he's
well,
just
let's go with
saying
Kimura's, what Kimura's was saying. Harley versus Grundy in the Fortress of Solitude. Explain this. It's a video game. You don't need to explain it.
Yeah, you do, because it still has. They're going so hard for the story.
In the story mode, you gotta explain it, but I don't think.
Judy girl stole my toy. Just fight. I don't know.
Joker and Superman. Now, haven't you?
Well, considering we don't really know what's going on in the story yet, and
But
it's not.
let's just go with my theory.
Okay.
Because you're always right.
Obviously. I swear to God, when I have like 17 dudes just chilling, like sucking my toes because you guys didn't believe me when I had the right idea for like 8 years.
Huh?
Nah.
We have the right to rub it in if you're wrong.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, then
I trusted you.
Oh, wow.
5 seconds later, they announce...
JCAG right here, says, what would you think if Bane was in and his gimmick was switching between a power character and an agility character?
Agility character?
Like, have you
It
ever
goes from being big old Bane to being skinny kind of old Bane.
like have you ever seen the Batman cartoon?
You're talking about the Batman? Like it's called the Batman?
yeah, the homage to Batman Tez.
Yeah.
I never really watched that one, to be honest.
Me neither.
I watched the...
Bane goes from a skinny ninja-looking guy to a large old brute.
Yeah.
I don't really know if Bane is really necessary. I mean, the reason I'd want him in is because of the movie.
There's like 2 power characters though in this game right now.
2?
Not 2 literally, but
There's
Lex, if he's in, which I think he is.
Lex would be a gadget character.
Lex would be a big... No, but he's so big and, like, okay, you can say that.
you are like on the nuts
Like
of
Cyborg.
the the bullshit suit.
The mech suit?
Yeah.
Like, he's big and powerful, dude. Like, I think that his costume does look silly in many interpretations, but I think like the DC Universe Online look, which it kind of looks like that in the trailer, I think that's really cool. And I love Lex Luthor, and I really want to see him in this game. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Question: did anyone else notice that in a couple of photos of banners that have gone up over the internet, it looked like Batman was actually wearing like a ring?
It kind of looked like I took that to mean he was holding a thing of kryptonite in his hand.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
That's what I was assuming.
I thought he might have been wearing the Sinestro ring or something.
Oh,
wow.
Though.
Froggy, you have a 13-year-old fan in Q Kindle.
Thank you. I already said thanks in the
Oh,
chat.
my bad.
Idiot.
Batman versus Superman at the Watchtower, final battle. For like the earlier question.
Oh, Fierce Deity has one pretty cool. Batman
Super-
versus Superman Watchtower.
Superman just flies off of the watchtower. he just destroys the watchtower and then leaves. And there you go.
I'm laughing. That's like the 8th time I've like reiterated what somebody said.
Yeah, someone already just finished saying that.
That's funny.
Question, guys. Seems Halloween is coming up. What if, like, next Halloween, after the game was released, they their DLC pack that they decided to go with was like a Black Lantern pack?
That'd be cool. I'm not against that.
Like, you could resurrect characters that are already dead in the storyline. Like, let's say there was a few people wanted to see, say, what's his name? The cowboy.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah, if some people wanted to see him in the game, if there was any demand, they would have an excuse to throw him in.
He's a great character, but he's not for a fighting game. Like, why would you want to put him in this game?
I mean, unless you wanted to make Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, we got Stryker showing up in Mortal Kombat. He's kind of like that, you know. He kills a gun.
What would he do? You'd have dual pistols, which you already have with Harley Quinn and possibly Red Hood, who would be a better choice.
And a Black Lantern ring.
Okay, so here's a good question for Frogster. What do you think about if you could switch between Lex's power suit and his tuxedo, but he has guns and stuff?
What does that even mean?
Like,
you
just
jump
hops out,
of your suit? You jump out of the suit and just start fighting in your tuxedo?
Wait,
like,
so
what?
he'll just be like, oh, I guess I don't need this anymore.
He just Iron Man.
I'm just gonna fight Superman without it.
He just becomes Iron Man 3 and just like can like teleport his gear to him via mind control and shit.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
Why?
you
No.
wouldn't want to take that out.
Or how about he just has like the robot Mercy, just like fighting for him?
What?
You know,
He's like Pokemon. You could be like Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
He just throws out different robots.
Yeah, and
He steps back. He
when he
steps
gets
back
like
and
enough
the suit gets to
EX,
fight
he just
for
like
him.
grows a suit or whatever.
I can't believe I just compared Lex Luthor to Ash Ketchum. All right, let's move on to the next discussion.
I don't think we ever got to that gimmick button point we made before we even started the stream.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that in a sec. Here's one for Glacius. Time travel. If Jonah Hex ever shows up, it's time travel. What do you think about that?
I guess. Or resurrection, like I said. But
Jonah Hex is all about time travel and space and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a time traveling character, just make it what's his name? Vandal Savage.
Oh no.
Vandal Savage doesn't really.
Yeah. He doesn't time travel.
You don't get what I'm saying. He's everlasting through time. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
Why not? If you want a time traveling character, why not just use someone from the 4th or 5th dimension, Mr. Mythic?
Yeah, why don't you use Mr.
Or-
Why didn't we
how
think of
about-
it before?
wait,
Why didn't we
I'm
use
the one
him?
who thinks problem.
Actually, going back to Vandal Savage, like, like, have you ever seen that one episode of Batman Animated where, like, Ra's al Ghul's, like, telling Batman a story about his son from back in the 1800s or whatever, when the cowboys were just cowboys? Like, how Jonah Hex was pretty much like Batman or something at the time. So, like, Vandal could be just, like, telling whoever, just, this happened in 1860, whatever. And then you get to play as Jonah Hex through that little flashback.
Oh, that would be cool. If it was just like a brief moment where we get to try playing as, like, another character. Kind of like how there's, like, the practice modes in Mortal Kombat. We got to play as, like, bosses and, like, a director at one point.
I have a question. Somebody just brought up costume for Green Arrow, Arrow TV show costume. Would you guys, let's say, I mean, I doubt it would happen, but would you guys like it if they had like a costume pack where it's like you get like Arrow from the TV show, you get Heath Ledger Joker, you get Man of Steel Superman? Like, would you guys like that sort of pack?
I can't see it happening, but I will.
For Superman, I think they should give him like his Smallville thing or something.
I'd rather see the Man of Steel costume.
Or
I'd rather see the
Action Comics.
yeah, Action Comics when he's in his
90s
jeans t-shirt.
Superboy
That's a pretty cool one.
with the leather jacket and the red tight pants.
I'm
Oh my
not
God.
Superboy. I'm the
saw
Metropolis Kid.
That's amazing.
Metropolis Kid.
Don't call me Superboy. I'm the Metropolis Kid.
And there's nothing gay about it.
He's like a Chippendales dancer, and there's nothing gay about it.
For me with Green Lantern, I think that it would be really awesome to just have the 4 Earth Lanterns be costumes, but I mean that would be kind of difficult. You'd have to do a lot of work for that, so I don't know if they'd end up doing that.
They could just be costumes, like that's all, like in the multiplayer.
Yeah, I know. That's what I want, but I don't know if they'll do that or not. I do
would
think
have
that.
laughed.
What?
I would have laughed if they announced Green Lantern, and when they announced him, they would have been like, "Oh, you were all wrong. It's Kilowog."
It's not that hard. Like all they really have to do is change the face, you know.
No, because their costumes are all very different actually.
Yeah, for example, Jon Stewart doesn't have white gloves.
And he has his thing cuts off like right at
But
like,
like
the chest area.
you know what I mean? Like except for like if
Guy
they made
Gardner.
Guy Gardner or Alan Scott,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have to change much.
Well, I don't
Is what I
think
was
they should
trying to say.
include Alan Scott. I think
Yes, they
because
should.
he's Earth 2 and that one.
No.
No, he was he that's what he's in the comics right now, but he isn't the original.
Well, I know, but for me, I when I think of Green Lantern, I like thinking of like the core, and I like thinking of those 4
yeah,
core.
but Alan Scott's costume is so fucking awesome.
It is cool looking, but I don't know. I think I'd rather. Well, you know that Hal Jordan, you know, he used to have that Parallax costume, which would be really sweet if they can do that, even though it's kind of bulky.
I guess.
Considering the Red Sun pre-order bonus, what other storylines would you like to see as DLC? It looks like it's not really storylines as it is mission-based. I think they're going for a challenge tower type of thing. But I could see them doing different, mini stories.
You know, I've said this before about the Blackest Night things, but it'd be so cool to have Star Sapphire, Wonder Woman costume, Black Lantern, Green Arrow costume. I would love that. Black Lantern, Aquaman, where he's just zombie, and like maybe if he has any shark moves, the sharks can be zombie sharks when you have that costume.
They could have like Black Lanterns of the entire cast as like alternate costumes. Just have like zombie costumes of everybody.
Well, I think
Here's
but what about Flash though, who like turned into a Blue Lantern during Blackest Night? Like I'd rather see that for like those ones, but then everyone else would be Black Lantern, sure.
Here's a really easy costume for Superman because they already have his entrance is him in the Clark Kent costume. So Superman costume, Clark Kent from Fierce Deity. That's what
Yeah,
it says.
he
That's
just
how
be
his
like,
info works. He's dressed up as Superman, he rips it off, he's in the tuxedo, and he just puts his glasses on.
Yes.
yeah,
And then he's
Or no. He walks in as Clark Kent, rips off his suit, and there's another suit under it.
oh no. Superman flies into a phone booth and emerges as Clark Kent.
and then he's just like, oh god, I gotta turn these papers into Lois.
And then he takes the whole phone
And the
booth.
fight's over.
He takes the phone booth and throws it at someone. It could be like a stage thing that's on the
Oh,
stage.
I'm late for my 3:45.
I like how imagine if like you're playing an Apocalypse and there's a phone booth at Apocalypse or something like that.
300 boy, I'm gonna go with that. Says, what about the presents as DLC? Never heard of him, so I have no.
I think he's thinking of the, I don't know who he's referring to. I think he's referring to the Green Lantern thing as being like them as DLC characters. I might be wrong though, and if I am, correct me, but I don't know.
I think he's saying that he wants presents, and he spelled it wrong. Wow.
Kindle. Oops, I
I'll be
made
here
the
all week,
villain
folks.
uses Wonder Woman's weakness and the villain's kill for him.
Well, Wonder Woman wouldn't have such a prominent role with the trailers if she gets killed off early.
Yeah. I'm thinking like somebody, like probably the Joker, since he supposedly has such a big part in the story. I don't know why he'd really kill Lois, but Maybe.
I think he just kills a bunch of people.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think in Kingdom Come, Joker kills Lois, and that's like a book that a lot of people seem to get inspired by when it comes to this kind of stuff. A lot of people have read it, and yeah, I think that sounds like it could be where they're going with it.
Josh
Josh,
Lowe,
yeah.
44. Nothing's been really confirmed yet, and they just kind of said he has a big part in the story, and everyone else is drawing conclusions. So he might have some bigger part. We really don't know what it is yet. And then Dark Surge says because he's awesome.
Lex Luthor costume, Iron Man. Yeah, no.
No.
I think it'd be cool. It could be cool to have
Incredible
like,
Hulk Superman.
it could be cool to have like a Metallo costume for Lex Luthor, since if he has like the robotic sort of fighting style.
Or
it'd
they
be
could
cool
put
to have, like-
Metallo in instead.
No, because Metallo. Why is Metallo better? Tell me why.
Because he has kryptonite.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make
It's a
sense.
full-on
Why?
robot.
Why put a character in that has to put on a mech suit and not just a mech suit in itself?
Because Lex Luthor is way smarter. He can come up with better strategies to take down Superman than Metallo, who's just some stupid
Computer?
robot.
Dude, that makes no sense.
The computer is stupid. The human is.
Lex
flawless.
Luthor is
And
awesome.
All about Oracle. She'll fight in her wheelchair.
Lex Luthor has kryptonite too, so like he plus more. So I don't see why okay, so he has kryptonite and he's a robot and he can punch him. So
Batman
that's
has kryptonite.
fine, but I'm just saying that Lex Luthor is he has more things at his disposal. He can use more like rockets and whatnot, whereas Metallo is like limited to okay, I have kryptonite in me and well, let's fight. Like that's what he is, and he's a fine villain, but I think Lex Luthor is so much better.
Change the subject. Bizarro is better than Superman because he talks like Bizarro has this thing. Bizarro no like you. He was like the Hulk. No, he talks backwards. So if he liked you, he'd be
Bizarro,
like
happy.
Bizarro no like you. And if he didn't like you, he'd be like Bizarro like you. It's kind of the opposite thing.
Is
That was.
that really a reason? It's like the whole reason, just because
That
of the
seems to be
dialogue.
I don't know.
Why,
Oh,
you
actually-
already have Grundy as like the Hulk character. Why would you need Bizarro?
Mhm.
You can't. I don't understand.
Oh, who was it told me to read Justice? I think it was Froggy. I think he told me to read Justice or something. I actually did check that out. It's pretty good.
Justice is pretty cool, yeah.
I know I know this guy's a dead DC Universe character, but I was wondering if anybody would like to see like the classic DC Sandman in there.
I'm not too familiar with that character.
Who the fuck is Sandman?
My problem is
Dude,
that
you sound like you're
char-
right in your mic.
my problem with like Sandman is he's so removed from the DC universe. It's kind of like there's a lot of characters that are like, okay, they're in the DC universe, but then they're like, or they have been at one point, but they haven't been really doing anything for a long time. And I
know.
think Hawkgirl is like a good example. Like everyone wants Hawkgirl because of like the animated stuff, but she hasn't really. Where is she? I mean, she was in like I remember seeing her like Bright as Day. But
She's an
She's
Earth
more
too.
she's more popular in the animated series.
This is how you know a character isn't prominent. Charming Panda says Sandman from Marvel? Question mark.
Exactly.
That's how you know
Well-
a character isn't going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Fierce Deity says Bizarro shoots freeze beams, fire breath, and other opposite powers of Superman. He is the best.
Sure.
Okay,
you don't really made me. You don't really
Yeah,
made me
but
mad.
he's still a clone character.
You know what really? Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know what really made me mad in Lego Batman 2, Lego Batman 2, you get Bizarro and he has the same exact moves as Superman.
Oh yeah, he had like the ice. I mean ice breath and fucking.
Heat vision,
Laser.
whereas it's supposed to have it in reverse, and that made me so. They put like no work into making like the characters what they're supposed to be. I hated that.
Mhm.
Anyways, continue.
I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Kendall
to
says-
change the subject.
Kendall says, how would you guys like better, a Marvel Injustice or this Injustice? Like a Marvel version, all serious, not like MBC.
I would like to see that. I'd like to see if they could, pull it off.
Actually, I prefer if it was like MVC, like fighting game style. Yeah, definitely MVC.
I think that
Oh, they actually kind of did do something like this, like way back.
Yeah,
Marvel
like
Nemesis.
X-Men: Children of the Atom or
I was
something.
talking about Marvel Nemesis, though.
Oh,
I played that. I remember
That
that.
game was
That was it was fun, but at the same time, it lacked. It was very low budget.
Duality Gaming says Marvel Comics dropped off the last few years.
Okay, I don't
I mean,
like
I-
making this all like a hate fest about Marvel.
I mean, I think Marvel's starting to pick up again after the Avengers and yeah,
A lot of their stuff is hinging on like their movies.
yeah,
It's,
definitely.
it's kind of like the opposite of DC. Like DC is very focused on their comics, whereas Marvel's more focused on their movies and tying their comics into their movies.
Yeah, like the entire summer, like the Amazing Spider-Man was like the Lizard.
Oh my god.
Oh, someone pointed out that the lizard in that movie actually looks like Killer Croc from the 1995 animated Batman series.
I think he looks like a Ninja Turtle.
I disagree with that, but okay.
So when I saw that movie, I was like, why did Green Goblin grow a tail?
When I saw that movie and the crane scene came on, I held my head in shame and wanted to walk out of the theater.
It's
That
really not
makes
that bad.
no
It
sense.
they did something worse than Spider-Man 2.
But you cannot tell me that makes any sense whatsoever. Throughout the entire movie, he's like swinging by himself, like on random city walls and stuff. Now he just for
it's
some
not
reason.
a good scene, but they at least did have a reason for it happening. He helped that guy, and then that guy
One of the
helped him.
one of the cranes caught him. One of the cranes caught Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it's just they did it for a laugh, I imagine.
I don't see how like a bullet like that skinned his like leg would make him just like Spider-Man 2, where he just loses his powers pretty much.
Like they should include that crane guy in the next Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, just like
Dun, dun,
He can-
dun, dun.
He controls the crane. He has like great throw moves and stuff.
Personally, I think people are overreacting about that scene, but whatever.
I don't think the scene's bad. It just makes no sense.
I think it was the worst.
Like, I
it
liked
was
the scene.
terrible.
I like
mean,
the scene.
the
Like,
movie
really
was okay.
bad.
The movie was okay. I thought that scene though was just horrible.
okay, so off the topic of Marvel bullshit.
Okay.
What was that thing we were going to talk about? What was that
Injustice.
topic? The topic. I forgot.
What?
The topic that we had before we started.
Wasn't it the gimmick button?
Yeah, gimmick button. There we go. So who wants to start?
What's the gimmick button?
The thing that has little special moves that each character has.
Arena interactions and shit.
Not arena interactions, that's something different.
Okay.
Gimmick button is that thing that like Superman gets his rage power or whatever. Harley Quinn goes into her bag of tricks, pulls something out, stuff like that.
Alright.
I think the topic was which characters or what we think people would have.
I think Joker, because we obviously have no gameplay of him yet, but I think Joker's is just going to be like kind of like Deathstroke's in like switching from his like, or Deathstroke from, MK versus DC, like switching between his gun and his knife.
Yeah, it maybe they'll have like a few more things like to change to.
Oh wait,
Since, like-
Oh sorry.
Oh, well, Green Arrow has the ability to switch between like his elemental arrows or whatever, like the different arrows. So maybe for Deathstroke they'll have like you don't just switch between fists and sword. Maybe you switch between like fist and sword and like I don't know, like rifle, or maybe you have like a couple more options there. Maybe like dagger. I don't
So
know.
is that like how they're replacing the class system now or something?
No,
No.
they've had this since the beginning.
We're talking about
Okay.
we're talking about the fact that like you press circle. Like imagine you're playing the PlayStation controller. You press circle to like if you're cyborg, you recharge your health. If you're Superman,
Okay.
If you're Superman, you activate like super enhanced strength. Each character has like their own little thing to it.
Like Nightwing switching stances.
Nightwing, yeah, he switches
Okay,
stances
yeah.
between like staff and Eskrima sticks.
All right, yeah, I know what you mean now.
So who else in the roster? Harley Quinn. I think she uses her gimmick button uses she like throws explosives. I've heard.
She gives a random power up.
Oh, what about Catwoman?
I don't think they've said what Catwoman's is yet. I know there's gameplay ever out there, but I haven't seen it.
Maybe it's like a whip thing. So-
Did anyone else notice how?
I think. I think it is that she pulls her whip out of like her tail because she has her whip on her tail. I'm pretty sure she takes the whip off.
Okay.
You know
That's
what
not
I'm
a bad idea.
saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. And who else? Grundy does chain grabs.
Yeah,
with-
chain grabs.
I
Like-
enjoy chain grabs. I feel like they look gratifying when you do them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Grundy.
it's just like, oh,
very
that's brutal. You know?
grappling.
Yeah. Grundy he takes someone's face and like rubs it against the pavement. Like it's awesome.
Did anyone else notice that it's not just Batman anymore that seems to have like 2 super moves? Like,
2. He only has 1. They replaced the old one.
well, now in a recent trailer we saw the Flash do like another move besides
That's
his
not
roughing
his.
around.
That's his ending animation when he wins the fight.
Which I think is kind of. I think that's kind of dumb that he does
That's
that
his-
as
When
ending
he
animation.
wins, like he spins around
I mean-
him and like punches him or something.
Like Grundy will walk
Really?
up, he'll throw somebody off the screen. Forget what
To me-
everybody does.
To me, that's not Flash though. That's what I don't get about it. It's like I don't see Flash kicking someone while they're already down. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
We
it's
don't
just
know what this world of injustice has come to.
It's not Flash. It's not.
So they replaced fatalities.
It's
with
just
these
NetherRealm.
yeah, I
weird-
guess.
They don't have fatalities. It's hard to like the outro poses in this game. Like what's his face?
That's what I
Jax
mean,
just
though.
pop
They,
out his chest and pull out the American flag. It's those type of things.
yeah, they replaced them. That's what I mean. Like instead of just having the character drop, now instead they have like these ending animations that actually involve like injuring the character further.
Like, not,
JCAG says, "What do you think of back being block? Like holding back and like Street Fighter and Capcom."
I thought it felt really natural.
Yeah, like for me, like I'm used to playing like Capcom fighters, so it's not going to be a problem for me.
Yeah, like when I was playing Mortal Kombat, like I just can never just like remind myself to block.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah, I
actually
have no
like
problem.
makes me want to think like I might actually use like a stick to play that game. You know what I mean? Instead of using my controller, like my pad or whatever they call it.
Hey Dino, do you want to play that interview eventually?
Yeah. Let me try to find it.
Are you playing Mortal Kombat right now?
No, I'm just in a whatchamacallit.
Okay.
All right, guys. I have somewhere I gotta be. See ya.
All right, see you later, man.
See you, dude.
Thanks for being on.
Later.
About time he left.
What a loser that guy was, huh? Yes, that was my face. Everyone just saw on the.
Oh my god. Stop, Rick.
Okay, what was the timestamp, by the way?
Pink lemonade, yummy. What is that even? What?
What was the timestamp?
Oh, I actually made it in the link, so
Oh,
it should be it should go right to it.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
there you go.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll take a question from the Twitch feed, and Keyblade
go
Yoshi
right to
wants to
that.
know how
right, it's
many
on.
villains and
Yeah,
heroes
turn
are
it
going
up
to be
volume,
in the
maybe.
final game.
Our goal is
we
we
can
have
hear it.
50%
We can't hear it at all.
heroes.
Oh wait, oh no, I can hear it. Never mind.
Oh, okay. It's on the stream. All right.
Heroes. So the character count we haven't released.
You might
yet,
have to
but I
go
can
back
tell
a
you
few
it's
seconds,
in the
Dino, because
20s.
I had my thing muted.
Wait, no one talked during this.
One's a 50% heroes. So the character count we haven't released yet, but I can tell you it's in the 20s.
Fantastic. Do we want to throw it out to the live audience? Does anyone
Wait, that
have a
makes no
question?
sense to me.
Question from the
Okay, he says we haven't released the character count, but like on the character select screen it has like 24 characters.
This was a little while ago, though.
Either way, like the character count has been there since forever.
No, but they didn't. Even though they have that could have been a placeholder. They weren't sure yet at that time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, eventually they've kind of started saying, yeah, that seems like it's going to be 24 now. But
Live
there was
audience,
a time where
hello?
they
Raise your
were
hand.
just like, oh, this is our placeholder. Like, we're not quite sure.
All right. Well, starting the video.
Well, I mean, you guys all heard the part that was important, right? Like 50% heroes, 50% villains.
That still doesn't prove to me. Because
It
you
does-
can have
It doesn't prove to you, even though Ed Boon just said it.
no. I mean, like you can have Batman's villains on his team.
Okay, but you really think that's going to be like all Batman villains?
Yeah.
Even though Lex Luthor is in the trailer.
Yeah. Because you don't know it's Lex Luthor.
Who is it then? What Batman villain looks like that?
You don't
He has
know.
a little
like,
evidence supporting his theory too, though, on all rights. I disagree with him, but he does have a little evidence considering all the Batman villains we've gotten so far. So I'm not going to completely disagree, but Mostly, I
But
disagree.
you got to look at how many roster places we have left. It's you still have room to make that like go out the window. If I know
Yeah.
like it's weird. It's weird to speculate on right now, but I don't think they're going to do all Batman villains. I just think that would make. There's already a bit of like a stigma against DC about how like, oh, Batman's awesome. He has great villains and he's just so awesome, but everyone else, man, I hate them. They're so stupid. There's so many people like that, and if you don't have villains like Captain Cold and Lex Luthor like in this game, people just continue making fun of DC characters that aren't Batman.
Yeah, they need to advertise.
Maybe, but this isn't necessarily the game to like end that. Like this game isn't going to be the top-selling DC game. I doubt it'll sell nearly as much as like Arkham City did, or like what's another? Is there even any other?
Well, does it have to sell that much? I mean, if it sells even half that, that'd be probably a big success.
Well, how much did that game sell? Because if you're trying to get more people in the comics through like saying, "Oh, Flash has a cool villain," you know what I mean? Like if you're not selling a lot of copies, which Batman is going to bring in, obviously, because we know how much Batman like Arkham City and Arkham Asylum sold.
It's not going to change things overnight, but it contributes to it.
I don't know.
Think about how like they have in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, they have a character like Silver Samurai of all people.
Okay, hold on. But 300 Boy says, I think this game will sell good. But you have to think, like, it's a fighting game. Like, that, just that alone. And then on top of that, lowering it to just DC characters, that, like, puts it even to, like, even more of a, like, closed market. You know what I mean? And then there's people who aren't going to...
You got to think, though. I mean, this is being developed, like, people know NetherRealm. People aren't stupid these days. Like, they're going to get... I think people that even... I know that there's people that don't like DC that are interested in the game just because they like NetherRealm and they like Mortal Kombat. Like, I think... I don't get what you're really saying here because I think that just because it might not change things overnight, it'll contribute to characters like Captain Cold being known. And I don't. In my opinion, if I'm DC, what I'm telling these guys is that I want certain characters in there because I want certain characters to get exposed to the public, so we can go make a movie and have people know who the hell the characters are in the movie.
I think they're more like, hey, let's try to get more people to stop saying, like, to stop bitching about how much Batman characters are in a game or something, because Batman is like their poster boy at this point. Like, Batman is what you think of when you think DC Comics.
I know.
So, like, what I think they're like, all right, let's get as many Batman characters in here. So when we make, because they have like 5 Batman titles, when we have Detective Comics going with Bane, and we have the Dark Knight going with whoever, like we have the Dark Knight going with Catwoman, or either way, Catwoman is in it, so people are going to start going to go buy more Catwoman. More people are going to go start trying to find a book where Bane is in it, or Clayface, whoever.
Yes, but don't they have their bases covered already? They have Batman, they have Nightwing, they have Catwoman, they have Joker, they have Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I think
at this point you have the Batman rub. You don't need really that many more to make it.
Unless the story is Batman versus Justice League. That is exact. There's no proof other than the first trailer that there's any characters in this game other than Batman, his family, rogues against Justice League.
No, Solomon Grundy, I know you're going to disagree, but Solomon Grundy is not specifically Batman.
He's not specifically, but he was, like you said, Slaughter Swamp. You can see Gotham City from there, and he was recently in Arkham City. And that even proves the point more that people who are like, oh my god, Arkham City, I love that game. I should go get this game, because Batman and Solomon Grundy, and, then I can maybe start reading comics about Batman.
What if Deathstroke is in? Or even one of the
Deathstroke is a Teen Titans villain first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I can't see him not being in the game.
Well, he was one of the 4 that was mentioned, and I can't see them including 3. I definitely think that Aquaman's going to be in now because there's a lot of demand for him. But the Deathstroke would be the only one left out, and right now there's a lot of demand for him as well. Plus, he's showing up on Arrow next week. I could definitely see him showing up.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
You actually, if you look closely in Arrow this past week, you can see like a little tiny glimpse of him because you see like his ammo belt. You see a dude walking away, and you just see like his ammo belt and has orange on it, and it's Deathstroke.
Yeah, and you can see his mask in the pilot episode on the beach.
But that's kind of going off track. We were
Yeah.
talking about like villains and who's going to be in the
Okay.
game, and
But just like if it wasn't Batman versus Justice League, what would it be?
DC Universe
be-
versus DC Universe.
No, it just doesn't make any sense. Like with everything that we know at this point, that it's
I feel
not
like you're projecting your ideas onto the game. I don't know if you're.
Yeah.
It's not
I-
my
I-
idea. I'd like to be able to see other characters because I'm like, contrary to I'm sure your guys' popular belief at this point, I'm not like just sucking the cock of Batman. Like I would like to see other characters because
Oh, I'm not accusing you of it. I think that you have every reason to think that it's a possibility, but I wouldn't be so certain.
I see your reasoning, and I hate how NetherRealm has made it to where we still have to argue about this. But
Yeah.
I do think that in a character reveal or two, you're going to see that they're not
I'm right.
going for. Well, you know what? I'll just say this: we'll see. I don't really.
I just cannot wait. I'm
It's
gonna
not
like
worth arguing.
I'll buy you the plane ticket if you agree to come here and kiss my feet because
First off, no. And what would you give? What would you give me in return? Like, if I'm right.
States, man, if the price of going to the States,
it doesn't have to be mind
States.
control. Like if you think about it, all right, JCAG, like it doesn't have to do with mind control. That was just my like stupid opinion at the beginning. Like it could easily be, now that we know that Joker's a prominent part of the story, it could easily be like Joker goes to Daily Bugle or Daily whatever they call it, Daily Planet, and fucking like gasses everyone in there and kills Jimmy Olsen and, you know, Lois Lane. That's everyone, like, you know, everyone that he cares about, everyone Superman cares about. And then he's like, fuck bitches, you didn't keep, like, he's like, Batman, why didn't you keep Joker under control? Why didn't you fucking kill that guy? Now I'm
I
gonna start
trusted
killing
you.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
trusted
no,
you.
hold on, let me
trusted
finish.
you.
Then he's like, all right, I'm going to start killing people because I cannot deal with losing another person that I care this much about. So then he starts killing people, and Batman's like, yo, this isn't cool. But then, like, Aquaman and, like, Wonder Woman, they're like, oh, yeah, this is cool. I like killing people already. So I'll just fucking help you kill people. And then everyone else is like, whoa, I'm not trying to get fucking killed. These guys have, like, the fucking awesomest powers. I'm not trying to get fucking, like, my butthole raped by a shark, so...
Hey, Duality Gaming has a good point. They're releasing the popular characters, like the Batman characters, first, because then it gets more people interested in the game. So when they announce other characters, they'll already have people paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
on one hand, it's good marketing, and on the other hand, it's like kind of bad marketing. If that's what they're doing, like announcing the Batman guys first, because it'll construe people's like view of what the game's going to be.
I mean, I guess I don't really mind as long as it doesn't end up being like that at the end. Like
Yeah.
I guess I'm more cool-headed than some people. Some people on YouTube comments and whatnot, like they see one little bit of information and they make like a million assumptions. So
Yeah.
That's not a million's assumption. Like every
I
single
wasn't
character.
Dino. I wasn't talking about you.
No, but
Right.
look at that. Like every character on the left is a Justice League member. Every character on the right is a Batman family member.
Listen. Like I said,
debate.
listen though. They wanted when you're looking at that screen, all you have to remember that's a placeholder. That doesn't necessarily mean it'll be that way at the end because
because that makes no sense.
they could easily flip the character little screen on the other side. It's
So
not a big
you
deal.
like, just makes no sense. Like that makes absolutely no sense when you clearly see like in the Batman trailer, he's like fucking like Green Arrow or somebody's like, oh, looks like we've lost Batman. Great, wow, he doesn't want to fucking kill people with us. This is stupid. Why doesn't he want to kill people with us? And then Batman's like, all right, I'm gonna go start a rebellion in Gotham. Let's go fucking like kill bitches and fuck money and whatnot.
Let's fuck money.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Let's fuck money.
I'd absolutely love to see Batman or Superman just go completely ape shit and just like, all right, that's it. Fuck this. And
Here's
just,
one
like,
big problem I have with Justice League vs. Batman. how can you have Green Lantern and Batman and Flash, these most powerful, godlike people, taking on a bunch of humans? I mean, I know they said they'll have an explanation, but why is it strictly that? Why would they set the odds so much in the Justice League favor?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
not in the Justice League favor because Batman's fucking badass and shit.
Like, have you ever
yeah,
seen
but it's
Doomsday?
true.
I mean,
Batman is.
As
but-
true as that is, he has to take on every single one, plus people like Shazam.
But
if he's in the game.
contingency plans, haven't you seen fucking Justice League Doom?
Okay, listen. I have seen Justice League Doom, and remember what I said in Justice League Doom was that you could about Justice League Doom. You've seen villains like Star Sapphire team up with villains like Vandal Savage. It's not so hard to believe that a character like Sinestro or whatever might be teaming up with the Joker in this story. I don't see why that's so out of the picture.
Because Sinestro wouldn't be in like Earth.
Why?
Like why would he be in Earth? Like his sector's some place off in like nowhere.
Wait. Because Hal Jordan and him are mortal, like they're like frenemies.
Okay,
They
but
are
how
tied
would
together
all right?
forever.
Answer this: how would the Joker like be like, "Hey, Sinestro, what's up, man? Oh, you're over in like 3 galaxies away. Yeah, just come here at the speed of light. You should be here in a couple days."
My thing is that I don't think you understand, like Sinestro and his MO, and other characters like that. I feel like. I don't know. Justice League Doom, I think, is a good example of a plot where you have a whole bunch. You just said Justice League Doom is an example. Look at all the characters in Justice League Doom. They came together even though they're all from different places on the Earth or places in the galaxy. I don't see why it's so hard to believe that would happen in Justice.
All right, hold on.
Cheetah.
Dark Surge
Cheetah.
says, but why are the rest of the Justice League start killing people? Because like when you see, because Wonder Woman and Aquaman like aren't like that against killing people. So like if you see Superman, like just looking at the rest of the Justice League, if you see Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman killing people, you'd probably join with them.
Wait, what?
Because that's what Dark Surge just asked. But why are the rest of the Justice League start killing people?
So you're saying that if I saw Aquaman and Wonder Woman killing people, I'd join them?
With Superman, yeah, I think you would.
Well, it looks like a party.
Well, first off, if I saw them, I'd be like, "Holy, what is going on? Is this the real world?"
Superman's like, let's kill some bitches.
I just don't think you would like if you were Green Arrow. I don't think you'd be like, yeah, I'll take Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman on. Sounds like a plan.
Well, what do you mean? Like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that it's okay for Nightwing to do that?
Because he's with Batman.
Oh, okay.
Like they all have like the same moral.
I guess.
I think the main reason I don't think it is because they're advertising this as a DC Universe game. Not once did they lead people to believe this would like just include Justice League characters and Batman characters.
But that's still a DCU game.
Yes.
Yeah, but they weren't. They
think about when you're trying to represent the DC universe. You got to get more representation than Gotham.
It would just seem like they're, I don't know, just seem like they're playing it cheap or something.
Like they could like get other villains from like across like the DC universe for like to be on Batman's side. It's just no.
All right. Well, I think how many slots are there left in this game? I think like just like 10 if you actually include Lex Luthor.
No.
And,
because that's so speculatory. That's like me saying Red Hood's in the game.
No. It's not that speculative.
That's just like me.
In
all right,
the trailer.
All right,
It's
Red Hood's in the game.
trailer.
Red Hood's in the game.
Well, it's still speculatory, but it's
Dinosaurs. Please don't just yell things like Red Hood's in the game. You know that I have more reason to believe Lex Luthor's in the game because he's in a trailer. And you know what? Fine, maybe it's not.
He's not in the trailer. You never see his face. You just see a green and purple mech suit.
Let's put it this way. There is a guy in the game that is bald and wears a mech suit. So let's just limit it. Let's just limit it to that.
When do you see him bald?
If you can name another DC character that would be facing Superman that has a bald head and wears a mech suit, fine. By all means, go ahead. But I think it's Lex Luthor.
I refuse. I refuse to believe that Lex Luthor is in the game.
Well, you.
That is not good reasoning.
If you find out that is Lex Luthor in the trailer.
I'm gonna be completely embarrassed because that is bullshit.
Oh, I think it's what's his name?
Why would they put him?
Hugo
in the,
Strange, right? It's
Why
Hugo
would-
Strange wearing a big mech suit.
Why would he
Right?
be in the game? That's just.
That's Jax. He got a full mech suit now, and he's a special guest character.
And he's white.
Yeah, he's white now.
Why? Can somebody inform me why Lex Luthor is in a mech suit? I don't understand.
Because
Really?
he's super smart. Why is Tony Stark in a mech suit? Like, well, I don't get what's the big deal. Why are you?
Because
so
his
against
mech
it?
suit looks so ugly.
But you don't know that yet.
He wears a mech
Is
suit.
that the entire reason?
Yes.
His mech suit is ugly. You don't
It's
think
so
he's
ugly. It's so out of
Alright.
fashion, and it's
Okay,
just
here's
not cool.
here's like my proposed final 10 characters to the roster. On the heroes side, to make it 12 heroes, I would add Black Canary, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, and Shazam. That would be the last 4 heroes I would add.
The
And-
Charming Panda says, "Do you want to see Lex's naked?"
And for villains, I would add a Wonder Woman villain, like Cheetah, whatever, Cersei, Sinestro, Deathstroke, Black Mana, like Bane maybe, the Shade. I don't know, the last 2 can really be filled in. But that's how many slots we have. We have 10 slots left. If you include fine, not Captain Cold, an ice character and a bald character in a mech suit. That's what I'll say. But there's
They are not.
fine. Maybe
You
that's
don't
not.
have
Maybe
to.
it's not
His hand
them.
is like a penis.
Oh my god! If they put Captain Cold or fucking Lex Luthor in the game, we put either of them.
Why are you so? God, why do you hate them?
I suspect Dino's head would just like crack open and steam.
Dino, like that's my thing is like why do you have like you already have the Batman love, like why do you need to have like Mr. Freeze in there?
I don't want Mr. Freeze in there.
But it's gonna be an ice character. Who's it gonna be?
Maybe
Like,
not.
Ice? You prefer
Maybe
Icicle?
no.
Would you
Oh,
prefer-
here's a good
Maybe
one.
it's not really ice.
Chill
Maybe
blade.
it's
Here's a
just-
good one. What? How
Maybe
about
it's
what if
water.
they were fighting at the
Maybe it's
Fortress of
both.
Solitude? Ha!
Maybe it's water. And
What?
time
So
is-
the guy took something from the Fortress of Solitude and like
Yeah.
he's shooting it like a beam.
No, it just threw it at him, and it was just like a pillar.
It's just a pillar.
You'd be better.
It's
Dino,
the
you'd be
Flash. He's
better off
fighting the
saying
Flash, and it's a pillar of ice.
Duality Gaming. This is one for you. All right. He says there are far cooler villains than Lex. Lex is fucking boring.
I agree, but I still.
I don't
there's
think
Lex.
people.
And
I don't think people have seen Lex Luthor in the right light. People.
No, the right light is him not being in a mech suit.
Oh my god. The DC Universe Online trailer proved me wrong.
MK
about
versus
this dude.
DC.
I think he's awesome in a
Next
mech suit
week.
if he can be.
Yeah,
Nobody
that wasn't
complained.
good light.
What?
Oh, I'm talking about him in DC Universe versus MK.
Yeah, but that's because they didn't do the right design for him. I think that the right design is the DC Universe looking kind of thing.
Well,
That
choose
looks
his alternate
exactly the
costume.
same.
It'll
No,
look
it
better.
doesn't. Look at pictures of them. They look nothing like the DC Universe Online one.
Both of them are green and purple, and they're big.
I'm gonna post some pictures here to compare because I don't
Or
think.
like
they look-
500 mech suits in the past.
And the one that they have in the game, actually, like whoever it is in the trailer, whoever, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty decent looking design.
Lex is Lex is awesome, but as a manipulative figure, take Young Justice. He is awesome in that, and never fights anyone. That's
And
what
why
I was
is-
trying to say.
Hold on. Why is Joker such an exception to that rule then? That's
I
what
don't think the Joker should have been in the game either.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
I said that from the beginning.
Flaws in your logic. Joker's in.
Yeah, but I didn't want him in the game. Nor do I
Lex
think
Luthor, this Lex Luthor right here is badass. I don't care what anyone says. This Lex Luthor right here is badass, and I don't think that comparing him to the Mortal Kombat vs. DC version is fair. The Mortal Kombat vs. DC version didn't portray him the right way, even as a character, not just in terms of the way he looks.
just no. Please, God.
If he has like a kryptonite like tipped staff, that could be really cool.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
But it would be much cooler if Batman had it.
So
Kryptonite battering.
I just wanted to piss you off. He's so mad. Oh my god.
be cooler if Batman had it. How dare you?
Charming Panda says, if there's a Batman, there's a Joker.
And if there's a Superman, there's a Lex Luthor. That's my whole freaking.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Oh my god.
I don't like Lex, but I'm gonna have to take his side on this one and say I'm fairly certain he's gonna be in.
Everyone's like getting mad, bro, at me, like saying not Lex and not Joker.
Well, I'll say this is an interesting stream to say the least.
Joker isn't smart enough to plan stuff out. Excuse me?
Really?
Joker is like
it's not that
the
he's not
smartest
smart
guy.
enough. He's more chaotic in his plans. He's not so intricate the way Lex is, but he's.
Dude, it would make so much sense if Lex was like... That would make so much sense. Like, Lex and Joker team up, but Joker is like the person who actually does the stuff, and Batman... Or fucking Joker...
So a guy in a purple suit should go out there versus a guy that has a big fucking bionic...
Yeah, because him in the mech suit is stupid.
Well, that's what happened in the animated series. Just super stupid.
Ha
I don't care how much you like it. I don't care how much you like the look of the suit. Are you really denying that he's going to be a fighter in the game?
I am. Oh, Dark Surge says if there's if there's a Superman, there's a Brainiac. It's just people in the general audience know Lex.
You know, there should be a lantern color for Denial, and there should be that leader.
Jake Hag says, I'm not sure I want him in, but I'm sure Lex will be. Garbage. Lil Spick says, Joker is insane. Sure. Charming Panda says, Lex as a fighter, no way. Thank you. Josh Lowell 44, who would you prefer, Creeper? Not quite sure what that came from. Charming Panda, Joker fights, and Lex plans. Ha-ha! Wait. Yeah. Ha-ha.
Ha-ha!
Yeah. Marriage Owana Boy says Lex fights in his robot suit, but outside of it, he plans. How about he just plans and doesn't get inside?
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
And there we go. Uproar says.
It in the trailer.
Jay,
Enough with the Lex Luthor.
hold on. Jay Roar says Joker is the main villain in Injustice, which is proven fact. Camaris, how about Brainiac? Somebody said that in a
I
fucking.
don't know if Joker's the main villain.
Yeah, huh,
They never
they-
said that. They just
some-
said that
yes, they
he's,
did.
like,
You know,
evil
it is
and
possible. It is
prominent.
possible. It is possible here that Lex Luthor could be wearing a Brainiac-controlled suit or integrated suit because that's happened before. I'm just saying it is possible.
Yeah.
Duality Gaming says the one thing I feel is very important to the game's success in sales, if for them to remember, when it comes to comic book, IP fan is a king. A great amount of fan service is a must.
So, Power Girl.
And that's why I think Flash should have a villain in a game for once.
No. Lex Josh Lowell says Lex over Captain Cold.
Oh, great.
How about neither?
Wait,
I know.
wait,
I want to
question.
punch you right now.
I mean, fan
Is
service
Power
isn't
Girl-
always a good thing.
Are Power Girl or Supergirl like any part of the Justice League?
Power Girl or Supergirl?
But they're with Superman.
Yeah, but they're not Justice League, so that would kind of take out the whole Justice League versus.
I don't want either of them in.
Me neither, but it would put a little hole in the logic.
No, it wouldn't, because they'd just be like, oh, Superman, your nuts are humongous, let me hop on them.
Oh, so Lex could show up because I mean he's like
I think
Superman's nemesis.
I think the females that should be in the game are Wonder Woman, Black Canary, just Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and possibly like Cheetah or Cersei. Like I think that.
Cersei would be cool as.
Oh my god. Look at what Lil Spick said. Dark Surge says, I want Supergirl. She's super cute. Haha, I see what you did there.
Charming Panda, like I get why you'd want Zatanna, but I mean I could see her working, but at the same time I don't know. Would she actually like yell out her spells as she does them?
That would be frustrating.
It could be, yeah. It could get repetitive. I'll say that.
Especially like if she's like her Young Justice bullshit, where it's like got an echo. It's like, where's this coming from?
Did you not see Shazam in MK vs. DZ? Shazam!
No, I never played a Shazam because
Oh, is his finisher? His finisher should totally be like the. It should be like an epic version of like the hug move, where he hugs them and like the Shazam comes down or whatever.
Command
You
grab.
should just say it backwards and they explode. Just be like, massage, or
Massaged.
Marijo Wannaboy says Dr. Fate should be in the game.
What does saying massage do?
makes them explode.
It makes him. It's a self-destruct command. So
Yeah,
he,
like
one
electricity
day,
flies
he's like,
in every direction.
like one day he goes to like a spa and he's like, I would like a massage. Oh shit! And he just blows up.
I'd love a massage right now. Everything dies.
Star Sapphire. I love Star Sapphire, but I've said this before. I think that Sinestro would be like the one to choose for a Green Lantern character, like related character.
I would love like Atrocitus. He'd be amazing.
Atrocitus would be cool, but he doesn't have the legacy of Sinestro. He doesn't have the character elements of Sinestro that I think.
I know Sinestro is the most likely one. I've accepted that.
None of them are likely.
Still say I would love Atrocitus.
Dino, Dino, I like how you.
I somewhat agree with both of you. Like, I mean, yeah, like if there was any Green Lantern villain, it'd be Sinestro. But I don't think they're going to focus on Green Lantern that much.
I don't see why any of them are going to have a villain.
Because there's more to life than Batman.
More than Batman.
It doesn't have to do with whether or not there's more to life with Batman. It's just there's no point of any of them being in it.
There's no point.
So, okay, you look at it from that perspective. To me, I look at it as for me, this game is.
This game is not like we got to get more people reading comic books.
No, but here's the thing, though, Dino. You're looking at it as like, oh, I love the Batman characters and these other characters.
I don't like all the Batman characters.
It'd be cool if they. No, listen though. You're saying like it'd be cool if those ones showed up. To me, Sinestro is a must, and all these Batman characters are side things to me. And I think that that's not fair to say that these guys shouldn't be in because they don't make sense. I think that some of the Batman characters don't make sense. Like that's how I look at it.
Name one.
Tell me why specifically why Sinestro doesn't make sense for the game.
Because just say it just makes no sense. Like why is he there? Like he was like, "Oh, I'll just fly all the way from Oa." You know, like I think how there's a chance. There's a chance. It just makes no sense. I'm a person of.
Why can't that be part of the game?
I'm a person who enjoys. I'm a person who enjoys the idea of a good story and just every single character
so you can't have
coming from.
A good story with Green Lantern.
No. I'm just saying it makes absolutely no sense.
I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
Every single character just so happens to need one of its villains. Otherwise, the game can't be complete.
All right, so we're gonna dump Lex Luthor, and we're gonna dump.
We're gonna dump.
Who else are we gonna dump? Who's some more good villains? We'll dump Captain Cold. We'll dump
good villain.
Dinozords. I'm gonna say this right now,
and we're gonna replace him with.
I think Captain Cold. I think Captain Cold is a better character than Mr. Freeze. And guess what? Jeff Johns agrees with me. Jeff Johns, his favorite character is Captain Cold. His favorite villain is Captain Cold. Jeff Johns. I'm just gonna say that. All right. He said that in an interview like 2 days ago.
I must have forgotten when Jeff Johns joined the creative team for NetherRealm.
Oh my God! You do realize that he's like one of the top dogs at DC, and I'm sure he has some creative input on this game, and it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that he has legitimate support behind him by some people, and just because you don't know, like he's terrible in Young Justice, they don't represent him well in Young Justice. I'll say that he's like a joke, but that's not fair to judge him just because of his interpretation.
I've never even seen him in Young Justice, so.
Didn't you see the episode where it's like the first episode from hiatus?
Oh,
he's barely there for like 2 seconds, and that's what's stupid about it is that they don't represent him well in anything, and that's why I want to see him in this game because I think it'd be cool to see a Flash villain represented well for once.
Oh, he was also in the first episode, BT Jobs.
The first episode of what?
Young Justice, where it's just like him, like Kid Flash and Flash, just like
I never saw the first episode.
They're just like, sorry, lay off the cigs. They're just like running circles around him, and they're just like making fun of him, just like why don't you shoot the floor? And he's like shut up and just keep shooting them in the air.
Okay.
So, in conclusion,
Captain
Lex should
Cold
not
is
be
the
in the game.
greatest thing ever.
What makes him a good character?
Okay. The thing that I think is cool about Captain Cold is that he's not some like I'm gonna take over the world kind of villain. Like I think it's cool that for him it's all about the score and coming home to like a tall cold beer. And I think it's just interesting that he's that kind of he's very unconventional in that way. He has rules about no hurting women and children, no unnecessary killing, no drugs like on the job. Like
He might be a good character to actually have like stand for the villains.
He's
Besides
very-
Batman.
he's very like you want to cheer for him because he has a lot of good reasoning for what he does. Like he talks.
He's
about
an example of a villain that should not be like condemned to death.
and I posted that picture earlier of him killing Mr. Freeze, and I just love how he has like this totally different mentality. He's like, love is such a stupid reason, or whatever he's talking to him, like saying like what a like lame reason to. I'm trying to look for the picture now. He says like it says people die every day, and then like Mr. Freeze is like, no, I need to get back to, and then he's like, Nora's dead by now, Victor, and Mr. Freeze is like, you did this, you set us up, you cold-hearted bastard, and he says, say hello to her for me, and he just kills him, and it says, dying for love is the dumbest reason I can think of, and I think it's just really, he's a cool villain to me.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, folks. I'm here all night.
Are you?
I'm not really here.
And also, I mean, Captain Cold is just, I think for a fighting game he's better because he can, he's more, he can move around the map a little better. Like, I feel like Mr. Freeze is always like a somewhat clumsy kind of villain. Not clumsy, I don't know if that's a good word for it, but he's
Slow.
yeah. And I think that Captain Cold could just use the ice in more interesting ways than
And I think one of his abilities would be to like slow down people.
I think, yeah, you could have like a force field show up around him that, like, if somebody, like, just like Sub-Zero, like, if they touch him, then they get frozen or whatever. Like, they could do just total, like, Sub-Zero with, like, a twist on it by, like, making it, you know, somewhat different. And I wonder what his, like, final move would be.
How is that a hidden character? Oh, it's from me. Look at the link, Lil Spick put in.
Is it a video from MK
Yeah.
Ice versus Queer?
Yeah.
No, giving him.
That's like a turret on a tank.
Yeah, like, what the hell? Is he just, like, trolling?
He fishes for views, dude. That's why.
Oh.
All right, see you later,
Oh.
Fears.
So, yeah, I think the turret is going to be the next announced character for Injustice Gods Among Us.
But you wouldn't know that's what he thought it was because he doesn't talk. He's just like, hello, my friends.
It is I, FPS Russia here.
No, he's like, hello,
It's
this
a
is MK,
Decepticon.
MK Ice versus Let's Play. That's like his Let's Play channel.
Want to go bowling?
Hello, my cousin. Do you want to go bowling today? Every 5 minutes. Just
Cousin, let's go bowling.
wait, who the fuck is
Nico,
that?
what are you doing?
What are you doing later? How about we go play darts?
Yeah, he just calls you like every 5 minutes.
Let's go play fucking darts.
Peace, people. See you, Dino, and other people I don't care about.
Oh, but...
Frick you, buddy.
I don't think he likes you guys because you like Lex Luthor.
I think there's gonna be like a few people out there that are gonna be like, "Why do you hate everyone that's not Batman, Dino?"
That's not how it works. I just don't think Lex or maybe Captain Cold. I don't really care about Captain Cold, but I just don't like Lex Luthor as as a character that actually fights.
Can we just move on though? And I don't get why you can't just accept that he's in because you could. It seems
He's
so
not
clear.
in. He's not in.
Okay,
He's not
fine.
in until they tell
He's
me
in.
he's in.
Ed Boon tweets. He's in.
So guys,
He's in, Dino.
I was watching
Ed Boon shows
Dinosaurs.
up. He's like, he's
That'd
in,
be
man.
that would piss me off to like the max if he was like, "Hey, I was watching Dinosaurs live stream and I figured this is the best time as ever. We are going to announce Lex Luthor."
How many subs do you have?
It'd be like
Tie
the
the nose.
ultimate fuck you. You're wrong, by the way.
Okay,
Now the whole world just found out.
So if you guys have any questions in the stream, like any topics or anything like that, let us know. And we'll give them a shot.
Oh, let's kick Dual T Gaming. Just no.
What? Why would we kick Duality?
Arrow looks like
Arrow looks
poop.
like poop.
I'm afraid to watch it.
You can't say it looks like shit if you don't.
Hey,
You know.
we should let everyone have their own opinions.
He hasn't watched it.
No, I know, but I don't think banning someone or whatever.
I'm not gonna ban him. I'm just saying, don't.
Timing.
I was just.
Your opinion is moot.
I do think that you should give it a shot because it's not the greatest thing in the world, but what I like to call it is sort of like you sit down every Wednesday, you have a little Dark Knight hors d'oeuvre, you get a little snack that is really fun to watch. It's not the most intellectual thing in the world, but it's fun, it's actiony, it has villains.
What I see is an Arrow. I mean,
I'm not gonna ban somebody for not watching a show.
No, I know. I heard Victor say that. I was like, I was
no,
not sure. Not sure if serious.
Lil
I'll just
Spick told me
take it around
to.
you guys.